universe is very natural.
Are you here for the job as well? The job for Disco Channel? Yeah. Yes.
Mr. Knight, please.
Oh, hello. Well, hello there. Hi, how are you? I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I'm fine, thanks. What's your name? My name is Jed. Jed I. Knight. Intriguing. Have a seat. Thank you. I have some questions prepared for you. Can I see your resume first? Of course. Here you are. Thank you. Jed I. Knight, that's your name, right? Yeah, right. See here, oh, looks good. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 27 years old. I currently live in Brighton. I'm unemployed at the moment, obviously, hence the reason applying for this job. I went to Oxford University and majored in electrical engineering.
Tell me why you applied for this job.
I love nature. I feel engulfed by nature's ability to be so beautiful and so ferocious at the same time.
I truly agree on that point. So, I saw on your resume that you previously worked in a wildlife management area. How was it like and what were your tasks?
I worked there for about 4 years. My task was to take care of sick animals and drive around the area to check out that everything was in its order.
I see. I hope that you understand that this job requires someone who's in excellent physical condition. How do you consider yourself at a scale from 1 to 10?
I don't want to brag or anything, but I would say about 9. I frequently run. 2 months ago I finished a marathon in New York. I also do an Ironman every year. So far I finished about 5 Ironmans the last 5 years. Well, of course I also go to the gym like 5 times a week.
That's very impressive, man. I, on the other hand, I've run 10 Ironmans, or Ironmen should I say. So continue. Oh yeah, have you ever gone hunting before?
Yes I have. While I worked in Canada, several of my colleagues hunted on this period of time. So I joined in. They taught me basic rifle shooting, how to set snares, and even how to hunt with a bow. I also learned a lot about habits of animals.
Interesting. Did the hunting ever have a cost? Sorry, it's my cold. Did the hunting have a cost, or did you just do it for sport?
We mostly hunted for food. All of us prefer the ecological meat that nature can provide us with. I find hunting for sports pretty unnecessary.
I like your way of thinking. Well, it's a very sustainable way of living.
I'm glad to hear that.
Well, by the way, you don't mind me taking notes, do you?
No, not at all.
Moving on, do you have any phobias?
None of that I can think of. Of course, like all people, I'm a little bit claustrophobic.
Well, luckily nature is a small place, is it? So, you're not afraid of the dark?
No, I'm not. Since darkness is only a state, an absence of light, you can't fear darkness itself. Although, I sometimes fear things that hide in darkness.
Okay, well imagine this scenario. You and a camera team are out of food and far away from civilization. How far would you go to get something to eat?
I don't really know. I believe I'd succumb to cannibalism. Rather than having the whole group to die, I think I could sacrifice one group member. In addition to this, I've always wondered what human flesh tastes like.
Well, I think those were all my questions, and yeah, thanks for having you here. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
I'll give you a call.
Splendid.
Bye.
Bye.
Say more horse breeder, please.
Finally.
G'day, young man. Microphone sound.
Horse breeder. Seymour. Horse breeder.
Oh, that's a handshake of great dignity. We're off to a good start. Have a seat.
Please say that, sir. Thank you.
So, how are you faring today, Mr. Horse Breeder?
Quite jolly, to be honest. And how about yourself?
Quite well. I just have a bit cold at the moment. Enough small talk. Let's begin the interview. Start off by telling me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 28 years old and I currently live in Manchester. My latest job was as a biologist. The company had to cut down on some costs, hence my application for this job. It sure is a tantalizing opportunity. On my spare time I enjoy being with friends, trout fishing and going for walkabouts with my dog.
A dog, you say? I'm very fond of dogs myself. Look at him. Isn't he cute?
Look at that cute little rascal.
I know. It's very cute indeed. So, more specifically, what did you do as a biologist?
Mostly, our company got contacted by law firms that wanted to sue corporations for polluting the environment. My job was to collect samples and to analyze them.
Sounds like a very stimulating and important work. The disruption of nature has to come to an end.
Yes, I agree. We have to curb it immediately.
Very indeed. From one topic to another, are there any special skills of yours that could facilitate your work for us?
Yes, I'm quite inventive and I have a good hand with roadsters.
By roasters you mean horses, right?
Thou shalt not offend these magnificent creatures with such a condescending word.
Whoa, calm down, I was just not sure about the word, that's all. Just calm down, right? While talking about animals, if you were an animal, what animal would you be?
Contrary to popular beliefs, I would not want to be a horse. If I could be any animal in the world, I would be a hybrid between a horse and an elephant. Because it would be able to run fast and be very strong at the same time. I think I'd call myself the Horseiphant.
I see, that's a very good combination. Interesting indeed. By the way, do you have good reflexes?
Yes, in fact I have.
Wow, that was amazing!
Yes, a little party trick I picked up whilst I stay in China.
Very impressive, my good sir. Continuing on the interview, imagine this scenario. You and the camera team are out of food and far away from civilization. How far would you go to survive?
Well, first off, it is very important to find water. Without food, one can last for almost 3 weeks, but without water, one wouldn't last even 3 days. After that, I think I'd go hunting. My father taught me how to hunt while I was a little whippersnapper. At last, I would make a fire and cook my game and boil the water to get rid of bacteria.
That is a very good strategy, but what would you do if you encountered a bear?
Well, I would try to make myself as big as possible. If that would not work, I would try to fend it off with whatever I had in my possession.
I actually did that once. The bear attacked me and I fell to the ground. Fortunately, I had a beer can in my hand and threw it away and the bear chased after the beer. It might sound funny now, beer and bear. But at the time, believe me, it was horrifying, absolutely horrifying. After it had gone away, I noticed I had a big abhorrent flesh wound on my buttocks. Wanna see?
No, thank you, I'm fine.
Well, your loss. Well, I think this interview has come to an end and I have found my man. It's you. Congratulations, you're hired.
Thank you, sir, thank you.
Would you like a glass of brandy?
That would be very pleasant.
To Disco Channel.
And to man versus Ferae Naturae.
Indeed.
Cheers, mate. And hey, boss. May the force be with you.